Okay, I think we're live. Welcome everyone. I'm doing a playthrough of Sonic 3 Complete tonight. So this is a ROM hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles combined, done by, I think it was the guys at Sonic Retro. What they've done now is they've combined it to make it as the developers originally intended, because originally Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was meant to be all one big game. And some of the levels were meant to be in a different order, and obviously Sonic 3 had all this music that got cut from Sonic and Knuckles. So basically this version of the game is to try and remake it as the developers intended. It's 90-95% of it is the same, but there are a few slight changes, and it also has a bunch of customizable options you can have. It's so you can play different versions. So if I just cycle through a couple of these gameplay options, for example. Zone order, original design is the as intended in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but you can do what was originally intended when Sonic 3 was all meant to be one game and have oh no, hang on. As released is the Sonic 3 and Knuckles version. Original design is as was intended when they were developing it, which means that I think Flying Battery ends up between Carnival Night and Ice Cap, and when you start Ice Cap, the snowboard that you get in Ice Cap is taken from like a door on Flying Battery or something like that. And the Flying Battery style, I think Flying Battery originally was meant to be at night because it comes from Carnival Night. So that should be interesting to see. And then you've got various settings about level difficulty, the various different layouts for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, various controls like becoming supersonic and all this stuff. So that seems like should be alright. Music options. For these, you can choose the different themes that you want, which is interesting. Zone music options gives you the option to use the music from the Sonic and Knuckles collection on PC that came out in the late 90s, where they had to change some of the music for legal reasons. Michael Jackson. So Carnival Night, Ice Cap and Launch Base all had different music, so if you want you can play the game with those. The super theme, you can either have the invincibility theme, you can have just the music sped up, so we'll do it with the fast zone music because that should be interesting. And the full zone medley that plays at the end of the end credits, which is interesting because the Sonic and Knuckles medley obviously plays at the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and there isn't a Sonic 3 music medley. But it seems like they've made one. The Sonic 3C is Sonic 3 Complete, so it sounds like they've made one. So the plan today is to do a full 100% of Sonic 3 Complete, which means getting all 14 emeralds, the 7 Chaos Emeralds and the 7 Super Emeralds. And that should take us about 2 hours. I think I tried speedrunning this game in the past, and I think an hour and 40 was the best I ever did. But this is going to be different because Launch Base has all 3 bosses restored, so the final boss of Sonic 3 normally gets cut from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. They've put that back in, the big arms. So yeah, so should be pretty interesting. Theme event music options. That's all the jingles. We don't really need to worry about those. Resume music after zone ends. I don't really know any of that, so let's just let's get into it with Sonic 3 Complete. So yeah, it's going to be the Sonic 3 soundtrack pretty much throughout. Same with Knuckles' theme and all that. Most of the Sonic and Knuckles themes have been taken out. So we're going to play Sonic and Tails, classic version. So yeah, let's see. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the best Sonic game. They've made a few sprite correction things like that, like yeah, Sonic 3, Knuckles theme from Sonic 3. So yeah, let's get started. Now, on a good playthrough of this, I can normally get all 7 Sonic 3 emeralds by, I want to say Marble Garden Zone. Now this is a little tricky because growing up, yeah, I might find it difficult to talk and play at the same time when it comes to the special stages. Because the thing about the special stages is that when I played them as a kid, I had the PAL version, obviously, on the European Mega Drive, which means that all my games ran at 50 Hz, which means they were 5/6 of the speed of the American version, and now I'm playing the American version and the Japanese version, so everything's slightly faster. So I might find some of the special stages a tad trickier. So let's try again, get our first emerald. There's one in here. Yeah, like I said, this is the best Sonic game. I mean, I know a lot of people think Sonic 2 or Sonic CD, but this is just so epic. Right, I'm going to focus. It's the only, I mean, it's kind of the Sonic equivalent of Pokemon Gold and Silver in that it has 14 emeralds instead of 7. It's twice the size of any of the other classic 2D Mega Drive Sonic games. And yeah, they were really ambitious when they were doing this. That's why they had to split Sonic 3 into 2 games and release it as Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. So yeah, it should be interesting to see if this is the team that developed this put a lot of thought into how the developers originally wanted to. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. Oh god. Okay, perfect's out of the picture. This is so much trickier on at 60 Hz. Oh god. Nope, that's the wrong way. No, run away. Oh. There's some more. Let's see. Some of these are so difficult in getting the timing right, but I still think they're the best special stages in the whole classic Sonic series. Now I need to find that big one. I was trying to go for a perfect, so I left some of those other ones, but there we go. Okay. Okay, first one down. Basically, all my memories of this game are trying to find all the special rings. And that's not the right way, but I don't know that I can get back up there. So yeah, so I'm really curious to see, because if this was originally designed to have all of the Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles levels in it in one cartridge, that's hugely ambitious. The fact that they tried to make basically 2 games worth of levels is just crazy. The other reason that this is my favourite game is because it's the only one for it's the only one that features Hypersonic. Hey! Fire shield that was completely useless. Angel Island Zone Act 2. Okay, there's another one in here. Now this one, you have to wait until you get down to 18 blues. I remember that. Get down to 18 blues and then you can go for the perfect. Oh, frame rate's a bit janky. It's starting to hurt my eyes a little bit, just the speed of this. I've been playing this game for 25 years and these still make me nervous when they get this fast. Okay, 20, 18. Right, now we jump over one. We get this lot. And then, boom. It's really cool. That that level jingle, that extra life jingle, was only ever in Sonic 3, and then they brought it back for Sonic Mania, just out of the blue. It's really cool. Sonic 3 on the banner, not Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Right. Going for 11 minutes so far. I doubt I'll beat my record for this. I'm not sure if you can even count it as a record, considering it's not the same game as Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I can't hear this music now without thinking of the Smash Brothers remix with the electric guitar. It's so good. Now for the next ring, we drop down the first lot, grab that, and then we don't drop down the second lot. Then we go up. And then it's down here. Boom! Fourth special stage in a matter of minutes. Right. Take a detour from the main path and get all these. See, it's weird because you do kind of get impatient at the fact that you're stuck to this 90 degrees walking slowly to collect all these rings, but then it speeds up and it immediately becomes too fast. Right. Now we've got to tackle the rest of this course at this speed. Oh god. Ah! This is going to be fun. No major noticeable changes yet. There's a few cosmetic things. I think when we get past Carnival Night we should start to notice things, and there'll be some weird things like Mushroom Hill is known as Mushroom Valley because that's what it was originally going to be called in the original game. And then when you finish Mushroom Valley, it turns into immediately into Sandopolis because Flying Battery takes place earlier in the game. Okay, so get that. That's going to come in useful. Don't want to go into the special stage. There we go. So yeah, did 4 special stages, got 2 emeralds. I may just have to forget about going for the perfects and just try and beat the stages. Stop trying to be Swish, this is a speed run. It's weird, I called this a blind playthrough in the blurb for this stream, but it's not a blind playthrough because I've played this game hundreds of times. But it's technically a blind playthrough because I've never played Sonic 3 complete before, even though 95% of it is made up of stuff I've seen in in the games it's based on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was nice and quick. Don't jump into the hole, because I've done that before accidentally and killed myself having... Like that! Stupid fire shield. And now I have no fire shield, so I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, this is off to a flying start. Literally, because I flew into the hole. So yeah, Sonic 3 complete. I've been wanting to play this for a few years because I am curious because we're apparently never going to see a Sonic 3 and Knuckles mobile port from Christian Whitehead, either because Sega don't want him to or he doesn't want to. I'm not going to risk it. So this is probably the closest we're going to get to an as intended Sonic 3 version. Because when he did the Sonic 2 mobile port, they put back in Hidden Palace Zone from the beta. So that was kind of Sonic 2 as was originally meant to be intended by the developers. So yeah. I'm still quite unfamiliar with all the Sonic 3 specific jingles like that because I only ever play Sonic 3 and Knuckles because that is the complete game. It's just that this is the complete game if it was meant to be one game. So because Sonic 3 and Knuckles does feel like 2 games kind of stitched together, where they've just kind of glued them together and covered over the painted over the cracks, whereas this is much more integrated apparently with the Sonic 3 soundtrack and everything like that before they ran into all the problems. So should be now, how the heck oh, that's why. Right, I knew there was a way to get up there. Yep, because up here somewhere there's another special stage ring. Most of the early game is just spent looking for gold rings in the levels rather than trying to get through them as fast as possible. I think, isn't there one down here? Can you break down here? No. I'm probably just wasting time doing this, looking for stuff that isn't there. Oh, that will come in useful. Oh, well, it would have come in useful. Drop down here. Oh, we had a chance, it was up there. There we go. Thanks, Tails. This one's thankfully one of the easier ones, I think. The thing about these levels is if you make one mistake you're pretty much dead, which is one advantage that the Sonic 2 special stages have, because if you make a mistake in that you can always try and get more rings, but in this one there's so much insta-kill. So I will concede that those are probably... I missed them. There we go. It's amazing how my heart is pounding. This is just... Where are they? Oh god, I'm on the wrong side. I'm going to have to do some quick manoeuvring here. I missed. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good. I'm going to try and do this without game overing to see how high the score will go. There is another ROM hack of this that features Amy as a playable character, which I'd have to do sometime because that sounds amazing. Just having Amy in a playable original Sonic game would be fantastic. Especially since she wasn't in Sonic Mania for some reason, which I still don't understand. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. I haven't done Sonic, well, I haven't done a Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough all the way from start to finish for quite a while. So it's trying to remember my bearings as much as anything else. Ah! I used to have the, oh, here we go. I used to have the drowning music as my alarm in the morning, which is the worst idea in the world. Oh, come on! I did the insta-shield! I have to say, I'm not a fan of the mini-boss theme in Sonic 3. I much prefer the Sonic and Knuckles one. Interesting that the final boss music, or the Zone 2 boss music, is no different. Now this is where we'll see our first difference, because this is essentially a Sonic 3 and Knuckles run, except we've got Sonic 3 hazards, like that spring right there. In Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that is an extra life, because they decided that having a spring there that sends you back into the crushing wall was too cruel for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But they've restored it. So this is the full, this is essentially Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but with Sonic 3 layouts in it. And that was the first one we saw. So, tiny little things here and there, but it's good to be playing, because that's the thing, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles has, hey Alex. Yeah, Sonic 3 has some amazing jingles and themes and music in it, and they all had to get replaced in Sonic and Knuckles, so this version restores all that and adds in a bunch of cosmetic changes that makes it probably the perfect version of Sonic 3. Not going fast right now. We're doing very slow, very patient platforming. The 3DS version of Sonic Boom apparently wasn't that bad. And the cartoon show is excellent. The cartoon show is very funny. I haven't played I haven't played any version of Sonic Boom. As much as As much as I call myself a Sonic fan, I'm not sure if I could bring myself to play that, considering what an unfinished, glitched mess it turned out to be. Now there should be a special ring. No, there's not. But listen to this music. I tried learning this on guitar once, and it's so hard. See, like this invincibility music, it's so good. And then in here, and boom. Oh, this one. This is a lot of backtracking and skipping over from what I can remember. You have to sort of keep a memory of and keep a note of what paths you've used. So, and don't just go straight on every single time, because then you'll just end up back at the start. Oh, that was close. I pressed the wrong button. See, it's already so much faster than I remember. Right, what am I doing? I'm going here. See, yeah, the thing is, when we were kids growing up in the UK, the European Mega Drive was at 50 Hz compared to the Japanese 60, which means that when we played it as a kid, it was 5/6 of the speed of the original version. So this is the original version, and it's so fast! Oh my god! Right, I'm gonna have to go this way. This is insane. You need such quick reaction times to do this. I can't read chat while I'm doing this, sorry. Okay, this is like Matrix level speed now. Oof, I went too early that time. It's invincibility music, not invisibility music. That would be really funny though. That sounds like quite a good idea for a comedy sketch. You can turn invisible, but you play music everywhere you go. How many Chaos Emeralds was that? I didn't even look. Oh, come on, what are the chances of that? I imagine something like Here I Am or something like that, you know? You can't see me. I'm a Creep by Radiohead would be pretty good. You don't know where it's coming from, but all you know is I'm a creep. I'm here somewhere. See, I'm just thinking of, you know, I can't get up this thing. I'm too busy thinking up invisible songs to play the game. Yeah, every answer I'm coming up with is inappropriate. Like the darkness touching you, touching me. Right, come on. I need to get to that one up there, because if I can get up there, there's another one up there. Come on. Oh, come on! Right, okay, this is just going to be the whole stream. This is just going to be... Right, if I go up here and get a bit of gravity... Oh, come on! Okay, right. There's got to be... I'm not doing the platforming. I'm just going to keep going. Oh, come on! How can you still miss it? I'm going to time out. This is going to be embarrassing. I've been playing this game for 25 years and I can't get up this bloody ramp. Okay, just take your time. Take your time. See, I'm a guy. I can't multitask. I can't talk and play at the same time. There we go. We get to enjoy the Hydro City music for a little longer. That's all it is. By the way, there's a remix of the Hydro City theme called Walking on Water. That is so good. It's part of the Project Chaos remix album, and it's a guy on an electric guitar doing solos over the whole tune, and it's incredible. Oh, come on. See, this is the thing. Which Sonic games have I played then? I mean, it's probably easier to list the Sonic games I haven't played. I've played hardly any of the Game Gear games. I've played Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Sonic 2006, Shadow the Hedgehog, and bollocks, I was meant to get that. Right. Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Advance 2, Sonic Advance 3, and I still can't get that platform. Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Lost World, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania. I can go on. I haven't played a lot of the Game Gear games though, which is something I will need to get to at some point, because they're apparently relatively good. Oh, come on. Well, okay, I've already screwed up the perfect there. Alright. I always get nervous whenever it's one of these stages where you have to actually jump over the red balls. And also with the frame rate suffering a bit. Something I never really noticed as a kid, but once someone points it out to you, that's all you notice. And I can't do anything with that. This one is a bit of a maze. Okay, I'm not going to bother getting the rings because I can't get a perfect now. Nope. So fast. Okay, I've just got to find 4 more blue ones. Where would they be? Oh, and it's just going to get faster and faster. There they are. Sonic bollocks. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sonic 3D. I think, because a lot of people think Sonic 3D is not very good. Hey, Rich. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm trying not to think about it. Sorry, I had a car crash on Sunday, if you don't know. I'm just trying not to think about it, because if I think about it too much, I start to get a bit of a panic attack. So, yeah, I'm just trying to distract myself as much as possible. What was I saying? Yeah, Sonic 3D. I loved Sonic 3D. It's definitely different, and it's definitely unexpected. But there's a lot of things that I love about that game, particularly the music. And recently, the original director of Sonic 3D released a director's cut of it. So if you download the game on Steam, he has released a patch for it to add in a lot of the things that they wanted to add in but couldn't. So I'll probably be playing that on stream at some point, but it's really cool. It adds in Supersonic, it adds in lots of different colour palettes and things like that. So I really want to check that out sometime. What would 4D graphics be? Because, I mean, whenever I've been to see 4D things at like Disney World, it's always been, you know, if someone sprays water on the screen, you actually get sprayed with water. So I'm curious as to how that would work in a Steam patch. I love the in Sonic Mania they have you piloting that as a reference to it. It's such a brilliant idea. So I think we've now got 5 Chaos Emeralds, so we just have to get 2 more and then we can rocket through the rest of the levels. 7.5 minutes, that's not great. Honestly, it sucks that, I mean, it was really cool that Michael Jackson did the music for this game, but the amount of rights, entanglements, and the fact that this game is hardly ever seeing any re-releases is such a shame because of it. Because Sonic 1 and 2 get re-released on pretty much every system under the sun, including mobile, and Sonic 3 hardly sees any re-releases anywhere. Didn't make it onto any of the Mega Drive collections on the Switch or anything like that, and it is one of the best games ever made. Can't go up there because I don't have tails, because he just killed himself. Bouncy these spikes, and we can just... oh, we can't bounce off this, okay. Yeah, this entire game, just like Sonic 2, this entire game is basically get as far away from Tails as fast as possible because we don't want him around. The entire game is basically Sonic just running away from Tails because he doesn't want to be his friend. It's kinda sad, you know, but it's canon, it's the lore. Oh, come on! Basically the entire Sonic series, the only reason that Sonic runs so fast is because he wants to get away from Tails, because Tails is like that annoying little friend that just started tagging along, and he can't seem to quite shake him because he doesn't want to just turn around and tell him to piss off. So he just tries and he leads him through loads of different spike traps and loads of different death-defying things, through loads of killer robots, and he still doesn't die. He's always there. Baseline in this is really good. Whoa! No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I want. Lightning shield, best shield in the game. Because it can do that. Such a satisfying noise as well. In fact, I might make that one of my alerts, just that noise. Bam! Oh, come on. Oh, these things annoy me because they're not. The timing is quite. The timing on those statues is such that you can't just jump up and hit them. You have to wait, and it's awkward. Yeah, I need to spend time getting all that set up. I'm not going to get it done before I go on holiday though, so it's going to happen in September sometime. Because I just got my all my panels set up on my Twitch page. I spent a good couple of hours on Sunday doing that when I was in the house, you know, unexpectedly. Cheers. If you have any advice for it, then yeah, by all means, because I just basically just sort of did a bit of word vomit for each of the sections. You missed at the very start of the game when I was fighting the first boss. I beat the boss, and then I had a flame shield, and I was talking about how when I was younger I used to do stupid things like accidentally kill myself by jumping into the hole, and then I proceeded to double jump with the flame shield, and of course if you double jump with the flame shield it does that, and I sent myself flying into the hole. So it's probably worth someone clipping that, but it might have been a long time ago. But yeah, it'll be fun for the VOD. And that's the first boss of Marble Garden done. So yeah, still not much different from the original Sonic 3. Honestly, this game just has the best soundtrack. one of my main things for games, and whether I like them or not, is their soundtrack. If a game has a good soundtrack, I'm much more likely to enjoy it. And this game has one of the best soundtracks ever made. Yeah, we'll save the stream of Fs for the pub, shall we? I have been trying to cut down on my swearing in general anyway, which hasn't been very successful, but at least if I do it when people are watching, then helps me sort of control myself. Okay, so still looking for a couple of special stage rings, and Marble Garden has enough special stage rings in it for you to get all of the Chaos Emeralds in one go. The problem is that I don't know where any of them are, which makes it very difficult. Oh yeah, the Backloggery is one of my favourite websites. It has been for years. It takes a long time to fill in with all your games, but once you've got it, it's such a useful tool. Oh, did I just? Yeah, I just backed, sent myself back. Okay. It has been quite a few years since I've done a full playthrough of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And this isn't even Sonic 3 and Knuckles, this is Sonic 3 Complete. And I have no rings, and those spiky things are the worst ever. If you start up a Backloggery profile, Alex, add me to it, just so we can keep track of what each other's doing. I think there's got to be a special stage ring around here somewhere. In fact, let's hit the invincibility. Sorry, this stream is going to be 90% me just singing along to the music. Oh yeah, we pitch perfect now. See, if they did a Sonic the Hedgehog version of Pitch Perfect, I would watch the hell out of that. The ultimate crossover. I mean, I'd watch it out of sheer morbid curiosity, much like the actual Sonic movie. I'm just going to be going to see that just to watch it through my fingers. Is he actually eating the curry, or has he just got a face full of it? Because that's going to be painful. Just like that was. Okay, we'll ignore that and we'll go the slow way. Well, I mean, whatever you're into, you know. Whatever lights your candle, or burns your face off. That's a weird signature. That's got to be like 14/8 or something like that. Weird time signature. One of the really cool things that I did recently. Oh, this is the part where the stage crushes you if you don't get to the end in time. There we are. In December, I am going to see Jun Tsunoe, who is the composer of the Sonic franchise and has been for the past 20 years. He's got his own rock band, and the first Sonic game he ever did was Sonic 3. And they're playing in the garage in London. It'll be the first time they've ever performed outside of Japan, and it should be really cool. I've met him a couple of times. I've seen him live at a couple of conventions. He's such an incredible guitarist. This is a really unique boss fight because Tails actually does something for a change. Oh, look at the frame rate go! And look at all the rings go. I know, that's but the difference is that the garage in London is actually, you know, decent. Anytime I think of the garage, I think of the Kevin Bridges routine, where he talks about parents naming their children after nightclubs. It's like, this is destiny, this is my son, the garage. Hey, nothing wrong with being a sweaty goth. I used to wear a leather jacket all the time. See, I love this level. It's one of the more unique levels in Sonic games. You know, you've got balloons, you've got circus music, and there's a bit of this that the music for this game had to be changed in the re-release because there's a bit of it that sounds exactly like Jam by Michael Jackson, because he wrote music for this and then used it in his own songs. Ding 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 a ding a ding 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 ding. Oof, that was close. There's going to be a lot of bouncing in this one. This bit. Oh, they didn't play it. Okay, this bit. Ding. Ding. Okay, well, you didn't hear that because I just got stuck in the springs, but next time it comes along, I'll tell you. Wow. Ooh, that's what he's... right. Now, is there one in here? Yes! Yeah, added to it. Yeah, it was a bit of percussion. There's a brilliant remix of this on OC Remix done with kettle drums. Sounds so cool. Okay, take your time. Take your time. Okay, that's number 6, I think. Right, 6 down, 1 to go, at least for the first half. Ding 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 a ding a ding. Actually, I don't know what happens in Sonic 3 Complete when it comes to getting... Because normally in Sonic 3 and Knuckles what happens is you get the first 7 emeralds, then you beat the first half of the game, which is the Sonic 3 half. Then you unlock the second half of the game, you go to the Hidden Palace and you can start hunting for the Super Emeralds. But because the levels are all jumbled up a bit, I don't know if when you get the first 7 emeralds, if you can start immediately looking for the second lot, or I've no idea. So it'll be interesting to find out. Proper head-banging music, this. Oh, look at that! We found another one! Just out of nowhere! Cool, right, let's do this. Oh, this one is the hardest. Possibly in the whole game. I tried doing this before and it just got too fast for me. So I tried going for the perfect, and in doing so I screwed it up. So I'm gonna ignore the perfect and just try and... You need such precise timing on some of these. If you have a square of red spheres and you draw around the outside, they all turn to rings, and that's how you go for perfects. So we've got a square of 9 here, so if I draw around them all... Yep. So now we've just got these ones, and when I draw around this massive shape, that should be it. Boom. Now we can't get a perfect because it didn't get all those rings that we just saw, but we have the blue emerald. Sonic got all the Chaos Emeralds. And that was 51 minutes. Now Sonic can be Supersonic and we can blast through the rest. Now, one of the best things about Sonic 3 Complete, one of the things that they've done is that when you turn Supersonic, it plays the level music but faster. Because the level music in this game is so good that often I would hold off from becoming Supersonic because I wanted to hear the level music instead of the Supersonic music. But now they've just made it so that you still hear the amazing background music. It just... What the... Get up there! There we go. Oof, almost got crushed. So I wonder what the button is to do that though, because I've got no idea. I'm playing on a Switch controller and I've no idea what you press. Doesn't matter anyway, I don't have 50 rings. Come on! This is quite a unique boss because you basically get it to hit itself. There's nothing you can do, you just hit it to expose its core and then it hits itself with a little spiky thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Oh, we've lost all our rings. Oh. There we go. Ding 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 a ding a ding 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 ding. Hey, there we go. That'll come in handy. I need to find out how you activate Supersonic in this game. Because we are ready to just blast through. There's something in the wall here. Oh! Oh great, now I'm going to drown. I am gonna drown. It's quite sort of eerie, this music. It's kind of... There's like minor keys going on in the background. It's like, it's not quite right. It's basically an abandoned theme park, I guess. Okay, some of these. Actually, isn't there a... Yeah, there was a special stage ring there that I completely missed. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm back at the start. Oh, for God's sake. That was a minute and a half wasted. This speed run, this so-called speed run, as I was about to say, it's going well. Right, hang on. My light is dying. I'm using my iPad on full brightness to light me because I don't have an actual light, and it's just told me that it's got 10% battery life, so I may have to go and find a proper charger for that at some point. So weird how like phones and tablets, they have their own plugs because they require more voltage. Tablets require more voltage than phones, but there's nothing on them to mark. There's nothing on the plugs to mark what ones are phones and what ones are tablets, so you're just plugging into a USB port and you've got no idea. Is this the battle? Okay, it's not quite the battle. Let's give us 50 rings? Yeah, okay, right. So we've got the 7 Chaos Emeralds and we can't get any more of the emeralds until later. But if I press... I press select. There we go. So now we're supersonic. Ding 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 ding. This is weird. I'm not sure. I think I actually prefer the the version in the actual game where you've got the special music for turning supersonic, because this is it feels like it's not epic enough because you've just got the regular music, even though the regular music is what you want to hear. Although when you've been going through a level for when you've got supersonic for the whole game and you're going through the entire game just playing a supersonic, you hear the same music in every single level, and it does kind of grate after a while, so I think this is probably better in the long run. But the initial transformation is kind of a bit of an anticlimax now, but hopefully this should help us get through the game a bit faster. So, oh god, so that means that when it comes to the Super Emeralds, I've got one less level to pick them up in, because you've only got 3 zones that you can pick them up in then, because you've got Mushroom Hill, you've got Lava Reef, and you've got Sandopolis. And if you don't get the emeralds in that, then you can't access the final level. Which, because you know, I normally get 2 in Flying Badger, but now Flying Badger is going to be earlier in the game because this is Sonic 3 Complete, not Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I always run out of... See, that's the other thing they've done, is normally in the Sonic, the Supersonic sprite, it has all its spikes up like that, but when you do any other sprite, it just reverts to normal Sonic but yellow. But in this version they've actually redesigned all of the Supersonic sprites, and this is the battle. If you don't know Sonic games, this is the battle where you're trapped in this room and you have no idea how to get through, and what you're meant to do is hold up then down to get the barrel to move, but there are no instructions and it tells you nowhere how to do that. So millions of 90s kids playing this game got stuck at that level and had no idea how to get past it, because it doesn't tell you anywhere how to control those things, so everybody tried everything. I used to hate when the power got turned off. Yeah, it's pretty scary. It's, you know, when you're a kid. Although then lots of things are scary when you're a kid. So maybe Rob's just a wuss, I don't know. Oh good, we needed that. I'm more scared by the ghosts in Sandopolis, because I never used to let those things get to full power because they scared the crap out of me. Just anytime there's like a hidden timer or you're being chased by something, that I don't like that at all. If you're being especially if you've been chased by something unseen, because there's a creature like that in Pikmin 2 that scares the crap out of me, and there's one in Rocket Knight Adventures for the Mega Drive where you're being chased by this sort of 100 foot monster. You figured out the barrel, yeah. I think you try literally everything after a while, and then you try the level select, which was impossible to do in Sonic 3. Now this is interesting because at this point normally you'd go to Ice Cap in the cannon, but now we are going to Flying Battery because this is how the developers originally wanted it. So we're hearing Flying Battery. Okay, so you still get in the cannon, but there's Flying Battery. So we are now going to Flying Battery instead of Ice Cap. This is weird. Flying Battery Zone is Sonic 3, and it's at night time. Wow. Such good music. Yeah, I always wanted to learn to sort of shred this on a guitar, especially this bit just here. Imagine how amazing that would sound on a shredding guitar. And then I went and ruined it by getting an extra life. So that's twice now I've tried to point out particular bits of music, and then I've just gone and interrupted it. Oh, I'm not good at this. Now there is I think there's okay, there's not. I'm lying. I thought there was a special stage there, but apparently there's not. By the way, sound levels are alright, because I was having problems with my microphone earlier. My microphone's doing weird things. Sometimes it's really loud and sometimes really quiet. Like on this one, I've had to turn the gain up by like 15 decibels. It's really strange. But when I was playing it on the Switch last week, it was absolutely fine, and I actually had to turn it down because it was too loud. Cool, thanks. Look, it's nighttime. This is so weird. At some point, I definitely want to play. There's another hack of this game where you play through Sonic 3, but you play as Amy, and she has all of her moves from Sonic Advance. So she has her hammer, and she uses her sprite from Sonic CD. And I really want to see how that affects things because I think that sounds really cool. Because I'm still annoyed that they didn't put Amy in Sonic Mania. I think it's just called Sonic 3 and Amy, that hack. Ah! That might have something to do with it. It might be the but then in OBS it shows you the levels separately, and the microphone it's going through the same USB port. It's under the same circumstances, so it's before it gets all mixed together. But for some reason it's, 10-15 decibels quieter. I'm gonna learn this on guitar one day. In fact, do you guys know Family Jules, the video game guitarist who does like heavy metal shredding covers of video game music? If we can maybe petition him to do a version of Flying Battery, because he'll probably do a much better version than I ever would. Yeah, I'm still sort of I'm doing the basic minimum to get streaming you know, watchable. I don't have the knowledge or the ability to start messing around in programs yet. I'm just opening what works and then leaving it, because I'm worried that if I start messing with stuff... Oh really? Oh, brilliant. Yeah. And I don't want to start messing with settings in case I screw something up and I can't get it back, because I've done that before. I've been like 5 minutes away from starting a stream and then I've just flipped a switch and all of a sudden everything's died, and yeah. If you haven't already, check out Family Jewels did a cover of the Final Battle theme from Banjo-Kazooie with Grant Kirkhope, who wrote the music, and Grant Kirkhope is a hero of mine, and I had no idea that he could shred on guitar like he does in that video. It's incredible. See, this is my impatience showing through. I'm just trying to go as fast as possible. Gotta go fast. I'm not waiting for everything to turn on and off. That's a bad idea. That was a bad idea. I tried learning parts of it and it's just ridiculous. It's also coupled by the fact that I'm not very good at learning guitar. I'm not very good at playing guitar unless I've got something like Rocksmith in front of me to tell me the notes. I am going to stream Rocksmith on here at some point once I get it set up, but the problem is that there's so many different audio inputs, and there's also the fact that my guitar is kind of broken. The audio jack in is kind of screwed, so sometimes the sound just cuts out for no reason. I love this boss. It's so weird hearing this boss with Sonic 3 music. Just have to get this guy to hit himself on the head several times. Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! He died with a dab. Oh yeah. Tails is the video game representation of the little brother who wants to come along with you and your friends, but is nothing more than a burden. He is the literal player 2. Oh come on, stupid. Hang on, are these? I've just realised what these are. Because these are supposed to be mice, and I just killed myself. But they're computer mice. They're actually little computer mice. I've only just realised that. Right, I'll bring him back up again. See, that guy there. Here we are. Look at these guys. They are mice, but they're computer mice. I've just realised that. Oh yeah. Wait a minute, Rob, you haven't died. No, yeah, Rob dabs when he drowns, I know that, but have you seen the pose that he strikes when he uses the special flag, the Pac-Man item that gives you an extra life? Because when he does it, when he holds it up, he kind of poses kind of like that, sort of one hand on the hip and one hand in the air. It's so funny. I only noticed it recently. Curry overdose. I mean, I'd say that that's karma, but then it's more karma. Oh, come on. Stupid death. Has he fallen into a karma? Oh. These things make me nervous, these crushing things. Right. Take your time. It's night time. I can't get over the fact it's night time. And I can't get over the fact that I am terrible at this game. I've just noticed something else that's different, and it's a shame that it's only on screen for like half a second, but in this version, the when at the start of the level, when it says yeah, take your time, guys, when it says like flying batteries on Act 2, at the underneath the 1 and the 2, there's a little icon there. There's a little icon that in Angel Island Zone it's a palm tree, and it's a palm tree for the rest of the game, and the idea was that the icon would change for every level, and they never implemented that, and they have implemented it in this now, because I think the icon for this is like a plane or a death egg or something. I'll have to keep an eye on that for the next one we do, because the next one's going to be Ice Cap. I'm really curious to see how they implement going from this level to the next one, because the next level in the series is Ice Cap, obviously, and normally you find the snowboard at the top of the mountain in Ice Cap and you snowboard down, but in this version it's kind of like City Escape in that you break off a bit of the flying battery and you take that down with you, and it becomes your snowboard. And that was the original intention for it, and then they had to cut flying battery from Sonic 3, and so that idea never came to pass. So I'm really curious to see if that's how they've done that in this. Oh yeah, I'm Supersonic. I keep forgetting that. I've been able to go Supersonic for the past zone and a half, and I haven't remembered it. There we go. What's the point of collecting all the emeralds if you don't use them? Except now I'm going so fast that it's thrown off the rhythm of the levels. I'm going so fast I'm just not going around the loops, I'm just going straight across the loops. And actually going slower as a result. Oh yeah, fashion statement. Naked apart from red shoes. I mean, you know, he's the coolest cat in town. He can wear whatever he wants. He's not a cat, he's a hedgehog. But, yeah. Can you imagine someone doing a Sonic the Hedgehog cosplay and they just go out naked apart from white gloves and red shoes? He's not a furry because he's an animal. A furry is someone who dresses up like an animal, but Sonic is an animal, so how can he be a furry? I don't think you can be a furry if you actually are furry. I don't know. I don't really understand furry culture. I have no idea what. I genuinely am out of my depth talking about that. Look how fast that went. Oh yeah, I forgot this. He walks like people, which means he's anthropomorphic. I don't think that's the same thing as being a furry, because that's like Mickey Mouse is anthropomorphic. And I'm hitting this thing like 100 times, but because you have to wait for it to basically blow itself up, I'm just basically doing target practice. Oh, and I didn't get the star post, so if we die here, I go all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, no, Sonic 3 Complete is a hack. That's the point. Because the full version of Sonic 3 was too big to fit onto one cartridge, so what they ended up doing was they just took the first 6 levels and made that into Sonic 3, and the rest of it became Sonic and Knuckles. And then they released lock-on cartridges so that you could connect the two together and basically sort of stitch together what was meant to be the full game. But this is the full game as it was intended. So this is a Sonic and Knuckles level in the middle of Sonic 3, as the developers would have made it if they had not been limited by cartridge space. So this is a fan. Yeah, this is a hack by fans. For to make Sonic 3 as it should have been, basically. Basically, make the perfect game. Because Tails hasn't collected any of the Chaos Emeralds. He's just the annoying little brother. I am curious because I love the fact that Tails can go super in this game, and he doesn't really get any sort of super design. He just glows a bit. So I wish someone would do a proper sort of super Tails for him. I mean, Tails is my favourite character, but yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, he breaks off the door, we get into Ice Cap Zone, and he uses the door to snowboard. That's so cool! Best music in the game and one of the best tunes of all time. I have an album on my iPod of literally just remixes of this song because it is so good. And it's every time it snows, this is all I play. Dun, 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 do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm just going to be humming this for the next 2 minutes. And you hear that bass line when the verse kicks back in. Listen to the bass line when it goes dun 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 dun, because it is essentially Smooth Criminal. They took the bass line from Smooth Criminal and stuck it in Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's part of the reason why this music can't get the game can't get re-released, because all the Michael Jackson music is tied up in legal stuff and ethical stuff and things like that. But listen here. It's basically Smooth Criminal. My favourite is my favourite remix of this is one called Ice Capped, and it's by a guy on OC Remix called McVaff, I think his name is, and he uses harps and flutes and a whole bunch of stuff just to make it into the most perfect Ice Cap remix. I know it's I mean, I don't know if it counts as vaporware because I mean it did get released, it just wasn't in the version it was meant to. So like 99% of the game is exactly the same. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm glad someone's telling me. And now we get super fast Ice Cap music. Listen to that bass line now. Oh, I missed it. Oh look, I'm invincible. I've got the invincibility on now. Oh, do you see that? Do you see Super Sonic sliding down the hill? He's got his actual like up spikes now because they added the extra sprite for it. If I find another hill to slide down, then I will. But at this point, I'm probably going to die before the frame rate died. What, in the stream or in the game? Because I didn't notice anything. I mean, there are times where Super Sonic goes so fast that he just goes off screen and the camera can't keep up with him. The stream, okay. Yeah, it's saying I dropped 500 frames, okay. And I would drop 500 frames. In fact, no, I'm getting that Wow, I managed to break that telly without breaking the ice cube. I'm a wizard. Look at that. And I just completely lost it. Yeah, well, this is I don't know what emulator is the best, but this is RetroArch I'm using, and I use the recommended software for Sonic 3 Complete. So, hey. Bum ba da dum bum bum. So she came to the window, was the sound of a crescendo. Came into our apartment, left the bloodstains on the carpet. She was sitting at the table, you could see she was unable. Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? You okay? You okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? Thank you. It is so, like, oh god, okay. I thought I was going to die there. Can you get a copyright strike if you sing it badly over some Sonic the Hedgehog music from 1994? Let's find out. So she came into the window, was the sound of a crescendo. Came into our apartment, with the bloodstains on the carpet. She was singing, oh, I didn't get the rhythm right. Came into our apartment, with the bloodstains on the carpet. She was sitting at the table, you could see she was unable. Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm counting on if I ever stream Rock Band or Rocksmith. Because I have thousands of songs on there that I want to play along with, and I'm slightly worried about copyright strikes. Especially if I do custom songs like Led Zeppelin and things like that, because Led Zeppelin would sue you in an instant. So yeah, so that was the... so we have now finished the 6th zone, which normally at this point would mean we'd finish Sonic 3, but we haven't, because Flying Battery was stuck in the middle there. Very cool. And now... I think they spelled it, for Launch Bass Zone, I think they spelled bass wrong on this, because it should be B-A-S-S, because listen to that funky... Bum bum, doom 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 doom. Actually, we can do Supersonic now. So hopefully this level doesn't take us very long. Because what's that? We've been going for an hour and a half? Almost. And I've still got the entirety of Sonic and Knuckles to go. Well, apart from Flying Battery. I do want to try and finish this entire thing in one go if I can. And I was thinking that maybe if I managed to finish it in time, I'd do the Knuckles run tonight as well, but I don't think that's going to happen. That might have to wait for another time. Did you notice when Supersonic is in the teacups, he has his own sprites now? Because normally, see, normally there you just have normal Sonic, but he'd be glowing. But now you've got the actual spikes. Sorry if I'm sort of being redundant by pointing that out, but I just think it's so cool. Just one of the things that annoyed me when I was playing this game as a kid. Just when you think they can't make Launch Bass Zone's music any funkier, and then they speed it up. Yeah, that's what I mean. They actually, the fans who made this hack actually went and designed original sprite artwork for things like that. And I'm about to die. Well, I'm not going to die. I'm just going to run out of rings. There is a video of, see, I'm even talking slower now because the music's slowed down. There is a video of one of the guys from Game Explain playing the original Sonic the Hedgehog on his PAL Mega Drive to notice how much slower it is. Because the original Mega Drive in Europe runs at 5/6 of the speed of the of what was intended. So when we play the ports and everything like that, they're back to their original speed. My light's about to die. Oh, hang on, I didn't mean to do that. And that's what I get. Right. I am going to be right back because I need to plug in my iPad because otherwise it's going to die and my light's going to die. So I will be back in 2 seconds. Alright, cheers guys. See you in a bit. Okay, we're back. I didn't manage to rescue my iPad before it died, so I now have to wait for it to charge enough to turn back on before my light is working again. So I'm just going to be in darkness for a little bit. But yeah, let's just continue. Right. See, that's why we had to get out of there, because that building was about to collapse. Yeah, I'll keep trying it, see if it works. But hopefully it's not too long, and then you'll be you'll have to stare at my ugly face in bright light again. Okay. Oh, I can never get the timing right on this boss. Yeah, knew that was going to happen. Come on! Yeah, it's too high for the insta-shield. 4, 6, there we go. Yeah, see on Act 2, I wish there was a way to get a screenshot of it or have it. Yeah, actually, I think there is. I think, right, I'm just going to have to try and pause it next time it's on that screen, but when it says Act 1 or Act 2, there's now a different icon behind the number to signify what level you're on, which wasn't there before and was meant to be. So on Launch Base, it's some scaffolding. It's one of those sort of crisscross scaffolding things there behind the number. My iPad just turned itself back on, so hopefully it doesn't take too long to boot up. See, this is what I mean. I'm literally using tools that I have to around me to try and get all the streaming set up then. I was actually quite pleased with myself that I thought of the bright iPad screen as a light, because people pay loads for professional lighting rigs. And I just have my my overhead light and an iPad, because that's literally all I can afford. I can afford the electricity for my flat, and that is literally it. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to play and use an iPad. No! See, those things aren't there in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Those things are just there in Sonic 3. Oh, and my iPad has just died again. See, this is the thing about iPads when you're trying to charge them, is that they get enough charge to turn themselves on, and then as soon as they're switched on, they use all the power that they've just charged and immediately die again, and it just goes through a cycle until it actually has enough battery charge. So yeah, you charge it enough to turn it on, it turns itself on, it then dies because it's used up all its power turning itself on, and then it dies, and then you've got to turn it on again. Yeah, it's never ending. And this is with an actual tablet charger. Hang on, am I going round in circles now? I feel like I'm not paying attention, which is quite bad for a streamer. Right, there we go. Right, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I'm just not very good at getting there. Frame rate's suffering a little bit. Although, to be honest, I'm not very good at judging frame rates. I can tell when frame rate slowdown happens, but I can't tell if something's in 60 frames per second or 30, which means I'm probably the ideal customer for the Switch, because a lot of the Switch ports get taken down from 60 to 30 FPS, and I can't tell the difference. Try turning this on again. Sorry, got a close up of my wrist there. I think the iPad is officially dead. Oh well, we'll do the rest of the stream in the darkness. We are the children of the night. We can't judge our iPads cause they're terrible. Boom, that's what I'm looking for. $60 to $57? You can tell a difference of 3 frames per second? You've got eagle eyes. Yeah, well, this is very much a budget sort of gaming PC. I needed a brand new PC, so I got one for a few £100, because I knew that I was never going to be running anything more than stuff like this. As long as it does enough to handle, you know, streaming from the Switch, that's all that I really need it for. Really? From 60 to 57? Okay, you'll have to send me a clip of that, because I'd be really interested to see how a drop in 3 frames per second can make such a terrible difference. Especially in Stardew, because Stardew is not exactly the most graphically intensive game out there, is it? This part I loved. It took me a long time to realise that this was the Death Egg launching, because obviously when you have Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, they're 2 different games. So you don't see the Death Egg from the outside, you just see it from underneath. So this could just be a random rocket ship. So this is phase 2 of the battle. And we can't use Supersonic here because we used up all of our rings. And there we go, we've just used up all the rest of the rings. That's phase 2 down. Now, in normal Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that would be the end of the battle. But now, this is the other best track in the game. The final boss music. It's so good. So this boss is normally the final boss of Sonic 3 and never seen in the complete Sonic and Knuckles, so they've restored it. If you listen to the remix album Project Chaos from OC Remix, then oh, wasn't expecting that to hit me. They have a heavy metal version of this, and it sounds incredible. See if you're I have it on in the car sometimes when it's if it's dark outside and it's raining and it's all stormy, and it sounds apocalyptic. It's incredible. No. Okay. I couldn't remember. I thought that was a one-hit kill. What do you mean is this vaporware, Alex? I don't know what you mean by that term. Because this is in the original Sonic 3. This is the final boss of the original Sonic 3. But if you combine it with Sonic and Knuckles to make Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the 2 games together, this boss gets removed because they didn't want to have a boss, a final boss level difficulty at the halfway point of the game. So, because this boss has something like 16 hits. So yeah, basically this is like you're facing a final boss at the halfway point of the game. There we go. I think that was 12 hits rather than 16. So yeah, I don't think anything in this game is actually vaporware, because it's all part of the main game somehow. It's just little things like the supersonic sprites and things like that. So yeah, now we're going to see the Death Egg fall to Earth, and there's going to be a cutscene based on the title screen from Sonic and Knuckles to transition the 2 together. And then watch for the yeah, so here's the cutscene from Sonic and Knuckles, and then watch for the title screen of Mushroom. Right, here you go. Have a look at that. First of all, it's not called Mushroom Hill, it's called Mushroom Valley, because that was the original intended name for it. And can you see, I don't know, do I have my pointer? Can you put that on the screen? No, okay. Behind the number 1, there are mushrooms there. So they've now put icons on for every single zone. So now you've just got to go and look through every single title screen and find out what they've done. Right, let's get going. So this is where we can start hunting for the Super Emeralds. And we've got one less zone to do it in, one fewer zone to do it in. So weird hearing that with Sonic 3 music. And look, it's a pride ring! I loved this bit. This is like the Sonic the Hedgehog equivalent of Pokemon Gold and Silver going back to Kanto after you beat the Elite Four. You know? This is like the ultimate post-game. Instead of, once you've collected the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you find out there's another 7 Emeralds to get. Just like how in Pokemon Gold and Silver, once you collect the 8 Gym Leader badges, there's another 8 Gym Leader badges for you to get. It's the reason why the second gen of Pokemon, Gold, Silver and Crystal, is my favourite Pokemon game, and why I don't think it'll ever be topped until they actually pull their head out of their arse and actually give us a proper Pokemon game with multiple worlds. Okay. Yeah, frame rate's kind of suffering a little bit, isn't it? Still playable though, and still like scarily fast when this thing speeds up. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the 4s for now. Okay, so there's one lot. Oh, some rings. Right, and then there's this lot. Oh, getting faster. This is actually not the easiest on the eyes, I have to say. It's a bit seizure-y, if I'm honest. Lots of bright colours. This probably looks like one of Rob's curry-induced fever dreams. Okay, I think there's some here. Right. I'll ignore the blues for now. There we go. Oof. Went one too early. Okay, this is getting fast now. Oh god, oh god. Scary. Right, I think that's all of them. I think this is the perfect. Right, now I've just got to get the other blues. Oh shh. No, no, no. Oh, oh, we're alright, we're alright. No. Oh. And now we get the proper gems, the proper big ones. Oh, that was scary. Because yeah, it's extra nervous because we have one less level to collect all of these in now. One fewer level, I've got to stop saying that. 408,000. Mushroom Valley Zone. So weird seeing it with that title. 11:45. Okay. Plan is to finish this before midnight, which we should do. Might even finish it before half 11 if I don't screw up too much. Now, the question is, can I remember where all the rings are in this? Okay, time it right, and off we go. There's one up here somewhere. That was closer than it needed to be. Okay, we made it over that ledge. I think it's... Is it in here? No, I think it's up. I'm taking my time because I don't want to overshoot it. Oh no, there's one down here. I know that for sure. Actually, no, there might not have been. I might have just screwed it up completely. No, wrong way. No, 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 no. Let me back, let me back. I need to find a way back up there. Can I go there? Will this work? No. Will this work? No. Oh no, hang on. There's one down here, I know for sure. There's one up here. Well, that was a fluke. Okay, let's go to this one over here. Let's bookend them. Oh, I remember this one. This one's quite tricky. You follow a set path. Now this one's interesting because you jump over here. Or not, okay. Go back, and then you have to time that, right? And then same here again. Oh, that's nervous. I don't know if I'm going to get it perfect because I think you were supposed to be able to get rings at that bit back there. I could be wrong though. Now where's the exit here? There we go. Oh no, here we go. This is it. There we go. 3 left. Now this ending is quite tricky from what I remember. First of all, finding the exit. I think it's this bit here. Yeah. Ah! Damn it! 1 left! That's what I was worried about. Okay. We are going to 100% this tonight. Hopefully, I can still get all 7 emeralds in the levels that I need. If not, then we'll have to go out to the main menu and then come back in. Because you've only got Mushroom Hill or Mushroom Valley. You've got Sandopolis, which has a few in it. And then you've got Lava Reef, which has a few in it. I'm now going to see if I can go back up to the higher bit, and I can't. Okay, we'll just we'll press on. Hopefully we'll find another one. I'm also wondering if, because when you get to Hidden Palace, you can't use the Chaos Emeralds that are there to do the special stages, which I always thought was quite weird. So I'm hoping that they fix that in this. Did you wet yourself because of the stream or because of the curry? And if you wet yourself watching Twitch, is that a stream causing a stream? Thought for the day. Is there something up here? I feel like there's something up here. No. Okay. Ah, yes. That was nice and quick. Having the flame shield really helps there. Tails is kind of doing the Usain Bolt pose there. here's the question: can I go supersonic when? Oh no, I don't, because I gave away all the chaos emeralds. It's not happening. Okay. Time we on 10 to 11. Oh, the frame rate! Look at that. Hang on. Those stupid, like, floaty things. I don't want to get caught on them because they just, you hang from them for ages and ages and they do nothing at all. This game can't handle a lot of rings at one time. Why couldn't I get that lightning thing? See, this game, this level has a lot of little annoyances in it, things like the sticky weeds like that, and the blowy back chicken robots that nobody likes. Okay, this part's annoying. There we go. Oh, and now we're into deep autumn. So there's another one in here. We'll try one of the other ones, we'll go back to that one. Let's go for the middle one. Okay, this one should be relatively straightforward. A lot of wide open spaces. As long as I don't make any stupid mistakes. It's just finding the actual big groups is the problem, because they're so few and far between. There we are. So this is a 16, so there's one more of these somewhere in the world. Actually no, that might be it. It might just be the small groups of 4 that I'm looking for now. I still haven't got a perfect no, so there we are. So I've got to find the little little 4s. Oh, that was close. Where's the other one? Gotta find it before it gets too fast. I don't know where to look, I don't know where I've been, and I don't know... No, that's the ones I've just seen. There they are. Green one. Oh look, it's the colour that an emerald is supposed to be. It's not. If it's red, if it's blue, if it's silver, if it's yellow, it's not an emerald. Yeah, this is the Master Emerald and its baby just underneath. I keep pointing to the screen as if you can see that. I don't get the concept of streaming at all. I'm just pointing at it and thinking that you're in my living room. So I've got to get 5 emeralds between the next next 2-3 levels. I don't think it's possible. We might have to go back into an earlier level. Or we might have to beat the game, go out into an earlier level, come back, and then beat the game proper. But hopefully that shouldn't take much longer than what we've already done. Actually, no. You can beat the final game with just supersonic. I've just remembered. Oh, that was fast. Wasn't expecting it to be that fast. So this should take us straight to Sandopolis now. They've kind of edited the zone transitions. Oh wow, they've added in a sandstorm. That's very cool. Oh, I forgot to check what the icon was. A very cool thing that happened recently is that Team Sonic Racing, the racing game that came out a few months ago, one of the tracks in it is a Sandopolis remix, and it's awesome. Oh! I forgot that was here. Okay, we'll go for this one now. Oh, this is the worst one. This is the worst one. It's a lot of very precise jumps. Although the fact that the frame rate is stuttering? The fact the frame rate is stuttering a bit kind of helps. No, that's not what I want. Ah! Oh. You have to be pretty much pixel perfect for those jumps. Oh, that's annoying. That's 2 failed. We had a very narrow number to begin with, and that might have just pushed us into the impossible range. I think we can still beat the game with supersonic, we just can't get all the emeralds. So I might have to go and do those again, assuming that I can't get them all in Hidden Palace. Also, I've just realised that those enemies are meant to be scorpions. I'll point out the ones that I mean when I find them again. Those enemies. I thought it was a head that was attacking you, but it's not. The head is on the base and the rest is a tail. I think you can fall down here. Yeah. And then... okay, it's not a ring here, but... I can't turn into supersonic. I mean, I wonder if you can do the tactic of beating a level, getting the emeralds in it, and then reloading it. Because your save file should remember that you've got the emeralds, so you can then just go through it again and get the emeralds again. That might be an idea. Would mean playing the same level twice. See, that's the scorpion enemy. See, the eye is on the base. I've just realised that. Because it's in the desert. I just wondered what the hell that was for years and years and years. And it's only now, at the age of 30, that I'm smart enough to realise what a scorpion is. problem is I don't know where any of the other special stage rings are in this, so I have no idea if I'm actually missing them or I'm just going through the level. What's up the top there? Is there? I think there's a ring at the top there. Can we get past it? No, that just sent us. Okay, can I get to the top of that ramp? Yes, I can. There's nothing there. Okay, well that was worth it. You'd think, having played this game for 25 years, that I would have learned what everything was. But no, I just take the same routes, make the same mistakes, die at the same places, or indeed worse one. Whoa, that was weird! Have I glitched the game, or... Oh no, this is the final boss bit, isn't it? Yeah. So now we just stand here and wait for about a minute. Okay, this is very weird with the Sonic 3 music. So this boss is just basically the bystander fallacy, or the bystander effect, where someone is headed to do something that's going to injure themselves, and you just stand by and watch it happen. You just stand here and watch this guy do his thing, and then he jumps. Do you know how long it took me to figure that out for the first time? Just spending all this time just hitting him, nothing's going on, and then realise that you have to actually just lead him into the sand. And why would you have the guardian of a pyramid who's allergic to sand? Seems a bit counterintuitive. This tune is absolutely rocking, but this level is absolutely terrifying. I don't like any level where you've got like ghosts or smog or something that's going to kill you if you don't hit a switch in a certain time. Okay, I need that. Push that again. Haven't seen a ghost yet. Oh, there are the ghosts. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to not hit that switch and not release the ghosts. Right, is there a ring around here? There is. Okay, good. Go for this one here now. Get some blue spheres. Not going to go for the perfect, just going to go for the... There's only 31 spheres there, so I shouldn't take two of them. Oh, you idiot! Why'd I do that for? I thought I missed one. Yeah, this ain't happening. My iPad is still going through the same cycle of death and rebirth and death and rebirth. It's like it's watching The Good Place. Sorry, that's a reference that probably nobody gets. And even if you don't get it, it's a bit of a spoiler. Oh no, the ghosts, the ghosts. There we go. I know, I stopped myself. It's an awesome show, though. I highly recommend watching it. And I really, that hasn't given you any. It hasn't really given you any spoilers, particularly not for first couple of seasons. Ow. I mean, yeah, Bruce Willis was a ghost in The Good Place, you're right. Oh god, we've now got the chomping of the timer and the ghosts. Oh, there they are. There goes the sand. There's normally a sound effect, isn't there, of the sand filling up? I feel like there was. Okay. I'm still not entirely sure what happens when the ghosts get to their full level, and I still don't really want to find out. It's like how I didn't see the game over screen of Majora's Mask for something like 15 years because, yeah, that was going to happen. Yeah, I didn't watch the. I've only ever seen it once. The game over screen of Majora's Mask, of the moon crashing into the town. I refused to watch it because I still find the moon so terrifying. And then I went to see the Zelda Symphony at Wembley Arena, and they played it on the screen, so I had no choice but to watch it. And I haven't seen it since, because I refused to watch it. And much the same way as I refuse to let these ghosts, I refuse to find out what these ghosts are going to do to me if I don't get rid of them. Oh, come on. God, I'm being haunted here. I don't have time for your shenanigans. Oof, that was close. Don't get trapped, don't get trapped. Oof, that bit's scary. Come on, where's that switch? I need that. There we are. Sounds like machine gun fire. Bit of abseiling. Whoa, I didn't realize you could jump off there. I don't think I've ever been this way before. Huh, okay. We're discovering something new today. Oh, water shield. Don't know how much use that will be, but... This better lead us to something good. No, it's just a waste of time. Okay. Well, we know that now. This is a long level. See, in the ROM hack that has Amy in it, Amy can break those, so Amy can choose to go whatever way she wants. She can either go the Sonic route or the Knuckles route. Am I supposed to leap onto that? That looks too high. Oh, just made it. Right, hang on, I'm gonna hit that switch and then hit the push thing again. I'm gonna have to go up that, aren't I? Yeah. That's what I need. Oh, another one. Okay, good. We can have another go. Okay. Why am I having such trouble with these? I haven't had such trouble with these for years and years and years. I think I'm not used to playing them on a computer. If you put me on the Mega Drive, I could do them no problem, but then that's because they're a fifth of the speed that they normally are. Or 5/6 of the speed that they normally are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we go through this way. Come on, don't let me fail again. Let's try and do this properly. Let's try and do this with all the emeralds if we can. I want to see hypersonic. Is that 3? I think that's 3. That means that I have to get 4 in Lava Reef, which I don't think is possible. Or maybe it is, actually. Two hours 13 minutes done so far. See, to give you an idea of how big this game is as a whole, my PB for completing Sonic 3 on its own without Sonic and Knuckles or Sonic 3 Complete is about half an hour, under half an hour. So, in fact, we've been going for 2 hours 13 minutes. Just gives you an idea of the sheer scale of the whole project as it was meant to be originally. Okay. Time to take a trip to Sonic Mania. Still says Sonic 3 on the banner. And I forgot to look at the icon again. Ugh. I just have to get screen caps of them all. That'll come in handy. Because what you want when you're in a room full of lava is not a fire shield, but a lightning shield. Just kind of going through the motions right now, trying to get to the special stages. Here's a question for everyone in chat. If I get to the end of Lava Reef and I don't have all the emeralds, would you want me to keep going and finish the game, or would you want me to restart Lava Reef to get the final 2, so that we can see the full ending of the game. If there is anyone in chat. Alright, 18 lives. That should that was close. Okay, I'm worried that no one's going to want to see me if I repeat Lava Reef. But we'll see how we do. There might be enough rings, and if I can do all the stages first time, it may just be possible. We'll see. We'll see how we do here. How many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll do this top one. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, I do remember this one. This is got a lot of alternative routes in it. I'm still going for the perfects, even though I told myself I wouldn't. I'm still going for them. The Sonic and Knuckles ones have so many more well-timed jumps. So much more nerve-wracking. Right, okay, I think I can go the other way. Jump over this. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. I think I... Okay, we should be alright. I think this one is in the can. Don't want to jinx it though. 1, 2. That's 4. Now the only ones that are left are ones that I've already failed once. $600,000. We're not going to break 1 million, but yeah, sorry, this is meant to be entertaining and this is just turning into a horror show. How are you guys watching this? If you guys are in the same house, are you watching it just on your own laptops, or if you can both watch and if you can both type in the chat? Okay, cool. I love the, see when you have the lightning shield and you get a big group of rings like that and the lightning shield just sucks them all in at once like that? So satisfying. And then I go and ruin it by getting the flame shield. Thanks, Rachel. Rob, that's TMI. Okay. 22 lives. The question becomes, though, I don't know if I can actually, if I can, I don't think I can, now that I think about it, I don't think the game gives me the option to beat a level, game over, and beat a level, quit, go back in and do it again. I don't know if Sonic 3 gives you that option. I think you have to beat the game and then go back. I don't know. Any chance one of you guys could look that up for me if I can sort of cheese it? Because I'm not going to bother if I'm just going to have to spend 10 minutes beating Lava Reef again. I've got 145 rings, bloody hell. Hey Flair, how you doing? How was your camping trip? So this is Sonic 3 Complete. This is a fan hack of Sonic 3 and Knuckles to make the game all into one giant game as intended. Oh, I was wondering if you could look up if you can get Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 3 and then quit out and re-enter the level and collect more emeralds as part of the same file. Because you can do that in Sonic Mania, but I don't know if you can do it in Sonic 3. So yeah, Flair, this is a fan hack of Sonic 3 to basically integrate Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together all as one game, as intended by the developers before they realised that the cartridge space was too small on the Mega Drive and Genesis. This boss always annoyed me. I'll have that. Oh, he's side on as well. Now this is the coolest transition between acts of any Sonic game. The fact that you go from Land of Volcanoes to this sort of underground. It's almost like a mine, isn't it? It's futuristic. Okay, I know where a couple of rings are in here, I think. Could have done with that flame shield. Alright, thanks for looking, Rachel. Woof. And again. I think there's one up here. Oh, it's just rings. There's no extra wall. Okay. Something up here? No. See, I'm getting confused between this and the Sonic Mania version. The Sonic Mania version of this is so cool. And the music in the Sonic Mania version of this is just, yeah, it's superb. I'm gonna get, yeah. I was invincible and I still died. That's quite impressive. I'm just gonna I'm gonna press on in that case. I'm not gonna repeat. I'm just gonna, if we don't get all the emeralds, we don't get all the emeralds. It doesn't really affect the ending because we're still gonna be supersonic instead of hypersonic. We'll still get the full ending. We just won't get the 100% that I was going for. But that's mainly because of my own inability to do the special stages. I think there's one here. There we go. What one shall we do? We'll do this one. This was the one where I died with one sphere to go. Oh, cool. Sorry, I can't read chat when I'm doing this. But I'm glad you had fun, Flair. No, 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 no! Yeah! Oh, oh. I pressed right one square too early. Sonic 3 is from 1994. Came out on the Mega Drive, which was the Genesis where you are, and was one of the first games that I ever played and one of the first games I ever loved. Still one of my favourite games of all time. This is Sonic 3, and shortly after, about 6 months after Sonic 3 came out, Sonic 4 came out, which was Sonic and Knuckles. And originally the two games were meant to be the one game, but they found that the cartridge couldn't hold the space, so they split the game into two games and sold them separately, but they sold them with technology that allowed you to lock them on and combine them into one game. But it was still basically two games stitched together. So this is called Sonic 3 Complete, and this is the full epic 16 level game as it was originally intended, before the developers had to chop it and change it to make it fit onto two cartridges instead of one. So yeah, this game is 25 years old this year. I like to think of this as the Sonic equivalent of Pokemon Gold and Silver, in that in every Sonic game normally you collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds and that's the end of it. But in this one you collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds and then you collect 7 more for 14. Much like how in Pokemon Gold and Silver you can collect 8 gym badges, beat the Elite Four, and then you have another 8 gym badges you can collect. Which is also one of my favourite games. I love when the games have a super extended post-game like that. Oh really? This game's as old as you are. It's an amazing game, and the music for it was done by Michael Jackson, which is why it doesn't get many re-releases often, because the rights for it are entangled all over the place, especially since he died. Right, let's try again. This one shouldn't be that difficult, I just screwed it up last time. This might be the last special stage we do. Depends on if they changed Hidden Palace or not. I hope I got that. I didn't see how many counters were there, but I hope I got both of those, because if not, we are screwed. Six. That's 4. Okay, good. No perfect, but I don't care. Another emerald that isn't the right colour for an emerald. I'm struggling with these special stages Flare because the European version of this, when it came out, ran at 50 Hz instead of 60 Hz, which means that it only ran at 5/6 of the speed that the North American version did. So I grew up on slightly slower special stages, which is why I'm not used to the full speed. But I've still got 5 out of the 7. I've got 12 out of the 14, which I think is pretty good going. And yet this game is absolutely huge compared to Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, because Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 you could comfortably beat in half an hour to 45 minutes, but I've now been playing this game for 2.5 hours. It's enormous. Oh, another one. Right, number 6. They didn't really... I'll tell you in a second. I'll do this. Unless someone in the chat can explain it. But I'm just going to focus on this. I'm not even blinking. Oh, I'm so nervous. This one kind of drives itself. You just have to be able to turn right and jump at the right times. So basically, it's to do with the frequencies of televisions. So North American and Japanese televisions ran at 60 Hz, and European, Australian, and most of the rest of the world ran at 50 Hz, which it was just the way that they did things. So it's the number of frames per second on the screen. So most of the games, rather than correcting it or anything like that, they just release the games at the slower speed, and just it's the refresh rate of the television. So a lot of the games just ran at 50 frames per second instead of 60, and so the music is slowed down, the gameplay is slowed down. And this was true right up until about the PS2 GameCube era, was when they started doing 60 Hz. And once you got HD TVs, it was no longer a problem, because HD TV format is the same all over the world. But that's why a lot of the sort of re-releases on Virtual Console and things like that, they come with a note to say this is the North American version of the game, because that's the original fast version. But it means that we in Europe got slightly slowed down versions of all the classic games. So while I like playing the, I still have my Mega Drive, I still play it all the time, because it's kind of like having, yeah. So we're not going to get all the emeralds. That was the last chance we had, and we got 6 out of the 7. But it's kind of like having an old record on an album. You know that there are higher quality versions out there, but it's nice to have the original, you know. And I wish I had my flame shield for this. This boss is equal parts cool and frustrating, because it's basically an auto-scroller, and again, you're waiting for him to die. You're not actually, you can't beat him fast, you just have to wait the same length of time. But again, it's inventive, and I love the background of the crashed death egg in the mountain. I think that's really, really cool. Because I didn't realise for a long time that, oh, I'll take that. I didn't realise for a long time, and then I'll take this because this allows me to walk on the lava. That at the intro of Sonic and Knuckles, when the Death Egg crashes into the mountain, Lava Reef is the mountain. So, yeah. So, I can't remember how many hits this takes, but it's an annoyingly long, annoyingly high amount. So yeah, did that make sense, that explanation for the 50 Hz and the slowed European things? So yeah, every version released since about 2006 has used the faster version, because that's how it was meant to. And the weird thing is that the European TV standard was the standard in most of the world. It was just Japan and North America that pretty much that they used the 60 Hz. But because they invented TV and video games pretty much, that's what the standard became. So yeah, this is David's history lesson for today. Tune in next week when we'll be discussing, I don't know, actually nothing, because I'll be on holiday. By the way, Flare, I added panels to my Twitch page, like you said. I actually beat the extra challenges in Mario Tennis today. It only took me about 40 minutes or so it wasn't really worth streaming. But I managed to 100% the adventure mode, and I gave the motion controls a go, and they're still they're still not that great, not for a tennis player anyway. But I gave them a go. I did it, yeah. I did literally nothing. Oh yeah, no, I meant to send you the clip because I did the 400 shot rally. I did it in the final stream, I think, shortly after you left. Because you guys had to head off somewhere, or head off and get food. And shortly after you left, I got the 400 rally. So I'll try and find... It's in the VOD, but I'll try and find you the clip. Okay, this is weird. I'm not sure I like this music. This is so bizarre. This doesn't fit at all. This is Hidden Palace right now. So yeah, no, oh no, you mean in the trials? Yeah, I did the trials and I did the boss rush and all that. By the way, while we're here, if you haven't noticed this before, what you're seeing on the screen there, the mural, is a prophecy of the Doomsday battle. It's pretty cool if you haven't noticed that before, with the Master Emerald and Hypersonic there. So yes, I did the temple levels. I finished those off and got the I got the Thanos racket. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I was 1 emerald away. I got 13 out of the 14 emeralds. Oh well. This is really good boss music. Come on, Knuckles. We're your friends. Get it up, you. And now, for the best level in the game. The best level in the game, possibly the best music in the game, and the level that has received the most perfect HD remaster I have ever seen in Sonic Generations. Like, the Sky Sanctuary that's in Sonic Generations is better than I could have ever... Oh, that was close. It was better than I could have ever imagined a 3D HD Sonic Sky Sanctuary being, and I wish there was an entire... if they did a Sonic 3 remaster with those kind of visuals for the entire game, that would be my absolute dream. It would never happen in a million years, but the Sky Sanctuary is just... It's utterly perfect. I can play this on the guitar. I can play the Sky Sanctuary melody on the guitar. Doesn't sound very good, but I can play it. Well, we Sonic won now. I think it is actually part of international law that this boss has to show up in every single Sonic game at some point. With the big swinging ball. Eggman's big swinging balls. Cool, thanks Blair. If you have any advice for anything I'm missing or anything like that, then yeah, by all means. Hang on, am I... Oh, clouds, that's what I'm looking for. Come on, pay attention. There we go. And now we are Metropolis. This boss is so much better than in Sonic 2 because you have the Insta-Shield. I think the insta-shield is my favourite move in any Sonic game. When I was a kid, I would always try and line these up perfectly in the centre of Sonic's sprite so that when you land on it, he doesn't shift left to right. So I kind of missed it that time. I'm a bit OCD like that. I love lining things up perfectly like that. Like land on the edge, take it right to the other edge. See, I love everything about this level. I love the music, I love the setting, I love the design of it. And I love the fact that it is recreated so perfectly in Sonic Generations. Ow. Okay. 20 to midnight. Will I finish this before it becomes Wednesday? I think the answer is a hard no, but we can dream. I genuinely didn't expect this run to take this long. I forgot how huge this game was. I thought this would take us maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. But we are fast approaching the 3-hour mark. I mean, admittedly, it didn't help that I suck at the special stages now, apparently. Oh god, I have no rings. Okay, good. This part's really cool as well. I love this. Because that's the thing, I love that this game has a story. Not many of the other games have like a set story. You just go through level after level after level and then you get to the end. But this one actually has him trying to launch the Death Egg, it crashes into the thing, you get back in there, he's stealing the emeralds. You know, there's more to this game than most of the 2D Sonic games. The music in this game is good for shredding, good for guitar. Yeah, just FYI, most of the stream for the past 2.5 hours has been me just singing along to the background music because I love it so much. See, this would go so much faster if I could go to Hypersonic now, but I didn't because I forgot. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is a puzzle game with a skin on it, and that's not a Sonic game. It probably actually does. I haven't played it. I've technically owned it on Sonic Mega Collection for about 15 years, and I've never played it because it doesn't really appeal to me, that sort of game. It's like a cheap knockoff of it. It's Puyo Puyo, isn't it? See, that's never really appealed to me. The only time I've ever played it has been as part of the Chemical Plant boss in Sonic Mania, and that was enough for me. To be honest, you know that they just wanted, I think for Mean Bean Machine, you know that they came up with the title first and thought, how can we make a game around the title? They then tried to have a sequel featuring a prominent actor from Sheffield, but Dr. Robotnik's Sean Bean Machine wasn't as successful. Mainly because, you know, in the spirit of Sean Bean, you die in the first 5 minutes and you're never seen again. These things annoy me. I always try my best not to get caught in those. Bam, bam. Flicky Island was Sonic 3D. but it only had that. That's a weird one because Flicky's Island was the title of it in Europe. I'm really confused. Hang on, am I? Ah, there we go. So Flicky's Island was the name for Sonic 3D, but only in Europe and only on the Mega Drive. Everywhere else and on every other format, it was known as Sonic 3D Blast. But for some reason, the Mega Drive version in Europe became Flicky's Island. This is really strange, and I think I was supposed to keep that platform, but oh well. Just have to damage boost our way along. Don't fall down the hole. There we go. Flicky's Island does have a bit of a story actually, but it's the same kind of thing as the other Sonic games in that basically Robotnik has kidnapped a bunch of animals and you have to rescue them. There's no developments as the story goes along. You know, in between levels you're not rewarded with more plot developments, whereas in this one you are. Because the Death Egg launches, it then crashes. See, Alex, in that case you should look up the Sonic 3D Director's Cut, because if you buy the original on Steam you can patch it with the Director's Cut version that came out about 18 months ago, and it gives you so much more that was intended for the original game that got cut for time or for budget or whatever reasons. I'm definitely going to be playing that and streaming it at some point, but yeah, if you like the original I would definitely check that out, because it has things like Supersonic in it in Sonic 3D. I can't get used to this Act 1 boss music from Sonic 3 in all the Sonic and Knuckles levels. This is bizarre. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, I think, probably has the best story of any Sonic game. I think the stakes were real, the twists were good. It had a few plot holes, to be fair, but I think because I can't really think of any other Sonic game that had that level of story. I mean, Sonic Forces could have had good story, but they kind of dropped the ball on that one, and I'm going to die here. Yep, there we go. I don't know if your original PC disc would work, because I have a lot of PC games. I actually, in my flat, I have a lot of games that I had when I was a kid from the early 90s, and they're designed for Windows 95 and Windows XP, and their Windows 7, 8 and 10 don't really handle them well. The color palettes are all messed up and sometimes they just don't run at all. Your best bet is to try and find either websites like GOG.com or versions on Steam, rather than trying to get your originals to work. And the Steam version it must be only like a $5. I can't imagine it's more than that. And this boss, jeez. You can try and run them in a virtual machine, but I often find that they, because you can do things like run with Windows 98 compatibility, but I often find that either the frame rate is not very good or the color palette is messed up, and sometimes it's just more convenient just to re-download them for, you know, $4.99 or whatever it is, rather than spend ages trying to get your old disc to work. And I'm gonna die again, aren't I? Come on. Oh well. Did you see the logo for the for behind Act 1? It was it's just like, it was like a giant capital EG for Eggman. That's really clever. I wonder if that's an official logo or if they designed that. I'm determined to do this again. I mean, I have 19 lives, so I have the opportunity to keep trying, but this is more annoying than it should be. Stupid thing. Oh, come on! Tails, you're not helping. Okay. This is just so many things going on between the spinning spike platforms and the laser beam. This boss is just insane. The Sonic Mania version is so much easier. There we go. Sonic Underground was a TV show, that's not a game. You can't compare a serialized TV show to a 16 level game. No, I think Sonic Adventure 2 is the best. Sonic Heroes had a good story as well. Sonic Adventure 1's was pretty good. Shadow the Hedgehog, I think, has a surprisingly good story. Because the amount of backstory that they put into Shadow the Hedgehog, and the fact it had multiple endings and multiple plots, I think that game is underrated. Right. I love the background in this one. I love seeing the earth like that. Like, I know everybody complains about the gameplay in Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog and things like that, but I genuinely enjoyed them a lot. And I know everyone makes the joke about Shadow having a gun, but I enjoyed those levels, and they had multiple. They had, you know, multiple endings. There's actually one ending in Shadow the Hedgehog where Shadow just straight up kills Eggman, like actually murders him. I'm gonna die again, aren't I? Have you not? I would recommend starting with Sonic 1. I think is too difficult. It's not too difficult, it's just not as good as Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 are the ones you should start with. Sonic 2 is probably easier to find, but I think Steam has all of them. Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game in years, the 2D one. If you have a Switch, a PS4 or an Xbox. And for the 3D games, Sonic Adventure 2 is probably the best 3D game, or Sonic Generations, but that's kind of a greatest hits of previous ones. A lot of people like Sonic Adventure 1, 2 and Heroes, but they haven't really... A lot of people think that they haven't aged well, so it's up to you to try. Yeah, that is, the last boss in Sonic 2 is probably one of the hardest things. The fact that they give you no rings is just... It's why I like Sonic 3 and Knuckles a lot more than Sonic 2, because I think Sonic 2 is just brutally difficult in places. Particularly because the hardest level in the game is Metropolis. It's an absolute nightmare, and then they surprise you by giving you 3 acts of it. It's just... yeah. It's even harder. If you want, if you think it's hard as Sonic, try doing it as Knuckles. Because the final boss in Sonic 2 as Knuckles is one of the hardest things in video games, I think, because Knuckles can't jump as high as Sonic, so he has literally like a pixel frame window in which to hit him. And it's so much tougher. I have managed it, but it's more bother than it's worth. Actually, I'm gonna hit that. You know what? Sonic 2006, I quite liked it. Yes, it's frustrating in places. Yes, it has glitches that shouldn't have been. The game, much like a couple of the other games, the game was rushed to coincide with an anniversary, and so it didn't get tested as much. But I actually got all of the achievements in Sonic 2006, which I don't think many people did. I found it fun. I found the music good. The plot's not bad until you get to the end. You know the human kissing scene aside. Oh, what was that? But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to defend Sonic 2006, but I didn't think it was that bad. This one is basically just this boss. You're trying to get the spikes on the bottom to hit him, and it is just kind of luck because I can never time it right. So I'm just basically going up and down until one of them lands. But once we do this, hopefully we'll get the amazing final boss music again, and then if the game is good to us, it will let us into the Doomsday Zone and we can finish this. Come on. 4 minutes to midnight. The lesser known Iron Maiden song. Nope, missed. I think the best thing to do, Flarer, is start with Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I think the first game is too hard. I think the first game is it's not very good, and Labyrinth Zone is just an absolute nightmare. I mean, maybe it is a good starting point, and particularly the later versions, like the mobile port of Sonic 1 lets you use the spin dash, so it is better that way. I just don't think it's as good a game as the original one. If you want to start with Sonic 1, then start with Sonic 1. I think, you know, do whatever you want. And Sonic 1's not a bad game at all. It's just that Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 are so good that it's sort of, they improve on so many things from Sonic 1. But yeah, Sonic 1's pretty good. Yeah, and I think you might enjoy Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 more once you play Sonic 1. 2 and 3 have the best soundtracks in probably the entire series. Depends how much you like rock music, whether you like Sonic Adventures music. But I love this series so much. This is just taking forever. I cannot time these right. I'm literally just walking back and forth. Right, this should be it. Nope, missed again. Right, this should be it now. No! Okay. On the plus side, my iPad light should be working now. Come on, how hard is it? Oh my god! Just hit him from below. There we go. Right. Hey, we're back. There we go. Come on. There we go. That took about 10 times longer. Hey, S3&K. There probably is, but that's the only way I've ever known. And, you know, it works, it just takes a long time. Now, for more of the best boss theme in the whole game, and I'm about to die. Now, if you time it right and aim it right, you can hit 3 of these fingers with 1 hit. That wasn't it. See you, Flair. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoyed your camping weekend. In fact, I'll leave him giving the finger and do the other ones. He's just giving us the middle finger. The thing about doing all the games before the Sonic movie comes out is that the Sonic movie keeps getting delayed. It was November, then it was February. This is the final boss if you don't get all the emeralds. If you do get all the emeralds, there is one final chase sequence, which I think we're able to do because we can turn into supersonic. But this is the part here, this is the hard part. You have to jump at just the right moment to avoid the laser. And he's taken my ring, so... Okay, Tails actually helps there. Okay. It's alright, the time stopped. So, we just have to not die. I am holding right as far as I can. This is, in terms of playing Sonic the Hedgehog, this is holding right more than you could ever possibly hold right. Oh, that was close. So, the Doomsday Zone. Right, cool. This is the final boss. This is the final level. We have to chase... We have to keep our rings up, because if our rings drop to 0, we die. So we've got to keep collecting rings, and we've got to chase Robotnik in his spaceship, and we've got to hit him 8 times. Actually, no. We have to collect rings at the start, because there's 3 phases of this boss. Try not to crash into all the rocks and try and avoid all the missiles. Basically, just collect as many rings as you can for this first bit, and kind of holding right, trying to catch up to him. But yeah, this is very difficult the first time you do it. But it's a chase through the through space. I don't know where he's going. I don't know. He's taken off in his spaceship. Right. So we have to hit him in the face with his own missiles, and we can't collect any rings at this point. So we've got to do this quickly before our rings run out. They didn't know. Oh, hang on, they might. Yes, they did. I've just noticed that. Supersonic has green eyes. Haha. Yeah, they edited the all the supersonic sprites in the game have been given his actual sort of... Stop hitting me! Is this it? Is that enough? Okay, good. We're about to run out of rings. Yeah, so you know how in normal Sonic 3, if you become supersonic and you get into one of the animations like you know, spinning, like climbing, not climbing ladders, but that sort of thing. If you're hanging from something, it's just the normal Sonic sprite but glowing yellow. So they've changed all those sprites to have him have his proper supersonic spikes, and I'm gonna die. I need to get some more rings. Oh god, I can't even think about attacking him until I get some more rings. I need to get a decent cushion. This is so tense. Because once again, this is running faster. This is counting down faster than I am used to, and scrolling faster than I am used to on my own Mega Drive. I think the music speeds up as well when your rings get low. 20. Okay, I'll get to 30 and then I'll go for him. In fact, screw it. Yes. That's one. I can't believe they gave Sonic green eyes. That's hilarious. Yeah. If you go on to, I think John from Game Explain on his channel, he did a demonstration of Sonic 1 on a European Mega Drive at 50 Hz to show how slow it is. Because we don't realise until, because now all of us are playing on HDTV, so all of us are playing at the same speed. And when you go back and you look at European CRTs, you don't realise just how slow it is. It's about something like 79% of the speed of the North American version. It's really interesting, and it makes me think that all of my achievements playing on a Mega Drive are kind of cheated somewhat, because I completed all my games in basically slow motion. So I feel like I need to sort of find North American copies of them all online and beat them at the right speed. Because it wasn't just the Mega Drive, it was every console up until the sort of the GameCube PS2 era. I think the Dreamcast was the first one to offer European 60 Hz as an option, and then the GameCube did it as well, and I think some PS2 games did it. But it didn't become worldwide standard for everything to be 60 frames per second until the Xbox 360 came out. Right, I've forgotten how many hits we've done, but we are very close to the end, people. Which is good, because it's now 7 minutes past midnight. We've been going for it. There we go! That's it! And with that, Sonic 3 Complete is complete. And we get the Sonic 3 credits instead of Sky Sanctuary, which I have to say, I don't think I'm a fan of, but I understand why they've done it, because this is pretty cool. So yeah, that is Sonic 3 as originally intended, way back in 1993. I am annoyed about that single emerald, but I got all the Chaos Emeralds, and I got 6 of the 7 Super Emeralds, because I haven't done the special stages in a while, and I certainly haven't done them at 60 frames per second before, or at full speed. So I made a few mistakes and messed up. Alright, thanks Rob, thanks for tuning in. The other thing about the Super Emeralds is that in Sonic 3 Complete, Flying Battery is placed in its original position. Oh! We're getting a special medley. This is interesting. So they've in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, obviously you just had the Sonic and Knuckles medley at the end, but they've actually made... That's really cool. They've made a Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles medley together. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for staying up past midnight to watch this. I do appreciate it. You don't have to do that. That's really cool. No ice cap. They skipped over ice cap. There it is. Yeah, so in Sonic 3 Complete, Flying Battery takes place in between Carnival Night and Ice Cap, which was the original plan. It was that Flying Battery would be at night, and that you would fire from the cannon in Carnival Night onto Flying Battery, and then you would break open a door in Flying Battery, and that door would act as your snowboard in Ice Cap. Much like how at the beginning of City Escape in Sonic Adventure 2, the Sonic breaks off a bit of metal from the helicopter and uses that. But what that does mean is that instead of having Mushroom Hill, Flying Battery, Sandopolis and Lava Reef to get the Super Emeralds in, you only have 3 zones. So you have very little room for mistakes to get all your Super Emeralds, and I made too many mistakes. So I got my 6th Super Emerald with the final special ring of the game. So yeah, unfortunate, but it wouldn't have changed the ending. It would just have meant that Sonic would look badass as Hypersonic. Now, as a kid, I thought I remembered seeing Michael Jackson's name in these credits, but I think I was imagining things. Because every credit sequence of it I've seen, he's not in there. Jun Sonoe's in here though, and I'm going to see Jun Sonoe live in December when he comes to London. This is cool. That's really cool. So yeah. And that is the egg robo that Knuckles chases down in his story. That's cool. And that's it. Okay. So I'm going to take it back to the original menu. Just to show you. So this menu is at night time, and this is the menu that you started at. So you can either play Sonic 3, Sonic 3 Part 1 they call it, which is the original release of Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, which is Sonic 3 Part 2, or you can play Sonic 3 Complete, or you can play Blue Sphere, which is from, you know, the lock-on technology. And then you have all these options that you can have for customized music. You can have the music from the Sonic and Knuckles PC port in here, the change, all those changes. You can have different, so you can have original design, which is when Flying Battery is in Carnival Night / Ice Cap, or you can have it as released. You've got different levels of difficulty. There's loads of cool things in here. And this is just a ROM that you can download from, I think Sonic Retro was hosting it. So yeah. So with that, I think I'm going to call it a night. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This has been good fun. I'm hoping to get one more stream in before I go on holiday. Probably that will happen on Friday. And then I'm on holiday until the end of August. At which point when I come back I'll probably be doing the Spiral trilogy, because that releases for Switch then. Don't know what we'll do on Friday yet, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.